What's up, guys? This is Knowledge for the Butch Film discussion. This week we are talking about social networking. I am into social networking. I have been a part of the social networking revolution since the days of AOL, and I know that it goes back beyond that a little bit. But I've been online on the internet and networking with people all over the world for a couple years now. Since the 90s, since like the mid I think early to mid 90s, when bulletin boards were the big thing and AOL chat rooms were the big thing and instant messaging was a new phenomenon that everybody was eager to give a try, and I was one of those people. So I've been networking in that regard for about as long as I can remember, since my early teens. I have used Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Downlink, all of those sites in the past. YouTube obviously is one of the biggest social networking sites out right now. Its focus is a little bit different since the connection and the communication is via video. But yeah, I've used MySpace for many years now. I just this year canceled my MySpace account, and that was basically just a personal reason. And there was no way that I was going to try to form a connection with any of these people. So instead of going through it one by one and trying to remove 1,000 plus people from my page, I just decided to start all over. And start all over on Facebook, actually. So I canceled my MySpace this year, actually about a month ago, and I've been exclusively on Facebook as far as that social networking realm goes. So on Facebook, I have lots of friends, family, old school classmates from middle school, high school, college buddies have been located on, be able to say, hey, it worked for me. I was able to meet somebody who I thought I would probably not connect with ever again, or in whatever manner. What do I think of social networking? I think it's a wonderful tool for communication, global communication, which takes it even that much higher. I think it's necessary in a lot of cases. We're still living in a world where, depending on where you live, you're not able to enjoy as much freedom as we enjoy in the United States and in Britain, in Canada, and places like that with advanced governments and societies. So people from these countries that are not yet free in every sense of the word are able to connect with people all over the rest of the world via social networks. So I definitely see their value. There are obviously going to be negatives and positives in any kind of genre that we're talking about, and social networking has its negatives as well. That is an obvious thing. Have you, or would you ever date someone you met through a social networking site? I definitely have, and I definitely would again if that situation ever presented itself. I am in a relationship which is a result of a social networking meetup, and it's gone on for, well, going on about 6 years now. So lots of ups and downs, a lot of pitfalls that I've dealt with along the way, as far as the other side of social networking, which is, you know, meeting people when you're already in a relationship, the infidelity, the cheating affairs, things of that nature that I have also been involved with as it relates to the social networking environment. So you definitely have to be aware of those temptations that are out there. I placed myself into situations that I definitely had no business being in. One thing led to another, and I ended up, doing some things to, people that I love that I really never thought I would end up in that kind of predicament. So networking on the whole, like I said, there are the ups and there are the downs, and basically there's the responsibility that lies within us to check ourselves and make sure that we're not looking for trouble on social networking sites. Would you seek out other people who identify with the Butch Femme dynamic on these sites? Yes, I have, and I'm pretty sure that I will again in the future. Met people on social networking sites who are also a part of the Butch Femme framework, and it's been wonderful. Obviously, when you meet someone that has lots in common with you, it makes for a positive experience, and that is what I have experienced as far as that goes. Tell us about your personal social networking experience. My experiences are many and vast within the social networking structure, and I've met most of my girlfriends through online dating, social networking, which is MySpace. People that I, have a strong feeling for. I care about these individuals. I've met people I dating through MySpace, Black Planet, Downlink, and those were my three big sites for a time. So for now, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, which is a big social networking service that I use right now for my website/blog, as well as just for personal entertainment, personal connections with people that I know, as well as people who just read my blog and keep up with me that way. So you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/studwithswag. My website, which has links to various social networking sites I'm a part of, is www.studwithswag.com. So Twitter right now is my main one. Facebook, it's more personal for me. It's mainly my family, my friends, old and new acquaintances, and social networking is what you make of it. I recommend that people who are especially in business for themselves, marketing, definitely take advantage of all that it has to offer. Wonderful tools to self-promote your brand, yourself, your market, whatever it is that you do, to encourage, to teach, to instruct, to seek out questions or seek out answers to questions that we may have. We can use these viable resources, which is what social networking has become. It's become a viable resource to many people, and I appreciate being able to use it to as a means to an end for my endeavors. And as far as relationships go, it has served me quite well. So basically, social networking is something that I endorse it. I appreciate the connections that it allows you to form with people, the communication, the dialogue, the open-ended discussion that encompasses this atmosphere. I think it's necessary. I think a lot of it is learning experience. We are creating environments where we're promoting discourse, and we're learning and growing. We're learning about other people. We are finding support within our communities, and I think social networking, for what it is right now, it is definitely a positive force and one to be reckoned with. Use it and use it well. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a wonderful week.